everybody, Max and Brian here for IGN, and we have in front of us the world's finest. This is the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse action figure collection. These are coming out in just a few weeks. These were announced last year. This is kind of a big deal. McFarlane Toys, as comic book fans will know, was founded by Todd McFarlane, founder of Image Comics. He kind of went rogue in the early 90s, started his own line. So the fact that he's partnering up with DC to produce DC superhero action figures and supervillain action figures is kind of a big deal. And he's kind of picking up the slack for the DC Collectibles line. So these are 7-inch super and villain, supervillain action figures.
So like a little bit bigger than the Marvel Legends you're used to seeing, but also similarly a kind of good catch-all to basically take anything in the DC universe or multiverse and jam them into this one line.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a good collection of characters here. Multiple Supermen, multiple Batmans.
They're very popular characters. They've been around since World War II. So
it's true. So let's start with one of my favorites, the Batman, the animated series Batman right here. This was never really a design that was, I would say, created to sell toys because of the skinny little ankles and tiny little feet, but somehow they were able to pull it off here.
I think it was designed to sell toys. I don't think it was designed to sell toys with ankle articulation. You have the DC Collectibles Batman animated series figure, which is a great toy, but it has really weak little tiny knee ankles, which it falls over a lot. This one, I am surprised at how well it poses. It's probably going to fall down any second now. I will say the joints in these are a little bit, they're either stiffer or looser than you want them. In the animated ones right here, the shoulder joints are incredibly tight and the hip joints are very loose.
Yeah, they're a little pronounced on the Batman and Superman one specifically. And the you might see that we're posing these with stands. Some, but not all of these figures come with their own circular disc
They
stands.
mostly come with them. We've also got the Green Arrow here from the CW show, who looks pretty cool if you pose him like this. However, one thing that really sucks is that his torso articulation, waist articulation doesn't really work. So if you're trying to do anything where he's maybe turning to the side, you know, like an actual archer, it just doesn't work.
He also comes with this accessory, which is basically a bunch of arrows glued together, which I guess is cool, but doesn't really have a
No, man,
function.
that's like if arrows were Twizzlers. Like they're just, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of stuff here that was sort of sculpted in a computer, and it wasn't really like it wasn't really played with.
Yeah, I will say,
you know how the original Batman costume, he like couldn't turn his neck.
Yep.
Well, this is the same here, except he's an archer, so you'd think his head has articulation, but the hood doesn't move, which is an issue. But.
Speaking more on the accessories, I will say some of them are really awesome. Harley especially comes with this little gun with the bang flag coming out. She's got her big cartoon mallet. Over here we have Batgirl with her sort of grappling hook gun, which looks really awesome. Nightwing's got his kind of like bow sticks. And then there's a couple other stuff.
Check it out, Nightwing's ass.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then there's a bunch of little sort of batarangs, but some of the characters have trouble holding them, which is kind of a pain. And we noticed particularly with the animated series Batman swapping in and out his hands, which he comes with 2 sets, one that are fists, which we left on, the other which allow you to actually hold weapons, was actually a little more cumbersome. Maybe yours will be better, and ours
I would
sort
say,
of shipped with a defect.
Like, McFarlane has sort of, they can be hit or miss over time, but I think they've definitely in recent years tried to go really hard into articulation, which is tricky because it can be very fragile. I'm surprised at how sturdy these are compared to some of the other McFarlane toys I played with. The accessories are kind of the weak point, like the bow and arrow and the grapnels are like, they're just kind of chunkier than the toys actually are, which is odd.
Yeah, I will say that these are probably, and then if you're like a discerning adult and you're watching this, these are probably meant to be sort of posed rather than played with.
Definitely, yeah.
They sort of exist in this cool universe between statues and fully articulate action
Which is
figures.
kind of always the line McFarlane has walked. There was a stretch there where they had no articulation and incredible sculpts, and then they had a lot of articulation, and people complained that it wasn't sturdy enough. I think my favorite in the entire line, which is surprising because I'm not really a Superman guy, is this one, who's based on the Action Comics 1000. It comes with a flying stand. I wish the cape was soft goods. It's a big plastic rubbery thing.
That said, I do love the sculpt in that cape.
It's a great sculpt. The paint ops are really clean on these. There's a Batman to go with Detective Comics 1000. These 3 over here are kind of all based on the different Rebirth titles. We got Batgirl, what is it, the best in the biz or something, and then there's Nightwing, Better Than Batman, and then there's, of course, the Batman Who Laughs, putting the goth back in Gotham City over here. And these 3 together, if you buy them, they each come with a part for a Batmobile based on its sort of Rebirth appearance, which is...
So the Build-A-Fig's a car. I dig that.
It's a Build-A...
And it's worth noting that those are $5 more, right?
Yeah, so these are all 25 or 20 bucks a pop, with the exception of these three, which are 25. But that's basically what you're looking at. These two right here are technically Batman and Superman. This is the Hellbat armor, which appeared in, I want to say, Batman and Robin, when Batman had to go to Apocalypse and go in the magma. And then there is Superman Unchained, where he's got this crazy armor that basically looks more like a...
Looks like Optimus Prime.
It's happening. Yeah, he looks like Optimus Prime or a Gundam, which is kind of bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people, I saw some other toy bloggers complaining about toe articulation, which I'm actually very fond of. I think it works sometimes here, mostly. I'm surprised at how well he's standing up. He's going to fall over any second now. Just wait and see. It's going to happen.
Somebody's going to fall. This is a game of chicken right now.
Yeah, that's impressive. But
yeah, so I will say that I kind of do appreciate how uniform they managed to look, despite the fact that some of these things come from wildly different art styles. I think that's something Marvel Legends does pretty well too, where you line up a bunch of them, and even though they're from different films and different eras, they mostly kind of gel. And I think that this line of DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys are pretty much doing the same thing.
I'm very excited to see them dabble in some more sort of artist-driven stuff, because obviously McFarlane Toys has a good history of adapting kind of two-dimensional images into three-dimensional space. I'm less interested in seeing sort of movie and TV tie-ins, and more like, hey, here's let me see what a Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns Batman looks like. But
one more thing too, we have some of the figures still in the package here. I think the packaging is awesome. They all come with a collectible card with custom art on it. The card backs are nice. They're in these really nice displayable boxes. If you're that kind of person that doesn't take your toys out, which you should, because maybe Toy Story's real and they're suffocating in there. Who would know? But yeah, that's it.
That's it. They're out. They're out very soon. McFarlane Toys. Huge thanks to McFarlane for sending these over. Yeah, I mean that's it. See, he's doing it. He's falling over. Oh wait, we forgot one.
Oh yeah.
Stupid. There's of course one vehicle in the first line, which is the Bat Raptor, which is a weird Batman trike thing. This is, I think, kind of a weird. This is not quite a Batmobile. This is a thing that he goes into. Like this. It's like literally how you're supposed to put them in there. I'm not wild about it.
Yeah.
If you're into it, that's cool. That's, I believe, an MSRP of $24.99.
It doesn't look like he's having a good time.
One wheel
in there.
One wheel shy of a Batmobile.
Yeah.
It's really just, you take it or leave it there, like it extends.
It's weird to have a Superman.
Sure
with
does.
wings
Look at that.
too,
You can
like,
go to smaller parking spots.
Fly without wings if you think about it. It's just a weird. It's like when Sonic drives a car.
Yeah.
It's like,
I guess it's like wings if they were like a cape.
Yeah,
It makes me think of Mazinger or Voltron.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this one better. I think this one's better. He's got big boots. Look at that. He's got spikes.
He does a lot of stomping around with that.
The big wings, the big bat.
Mm-hmm. He's somebody's upstairs neighbor and they hate him.
Chonk, chonk, chonk.
So anyway, that's the toys.
There's the Batman.